Oh, I first heard about Addario's years ago when I had a job that I needed to get done. They were one of the first companies that responded and actually walked through the job site. We were able to come up with a price, and they did the work. They did a great job, and ever since then we've been calling Addario. We needed to replace an old, very old heating system at a tenant's property. It was a little complicated to get to the location of where this old heating system was, and it was an old cast iron system. But we had another property that had a newer system that was vacant, so we kind of melded the two, and they were very willing to do that work. So ended up being a great job. Ever since then, we've gone with Addario. Originally, I called the call center. They were very responsive. Called me back with a date and a time, and I think it was Joe that came out right on time. We walked through the site. We figured out what we had to do, came up with a plan, and we executed that plan, and everything worked out perfect. You know, they were there on time, did the work, everything was neat, and couldn't be more happy with the way it turned out, and that's why I keep using Addario. I don't think there were any questions. I don't think there were any delays. It was just they came, they knew what they had to do, and they got right to it, and it was done. Everything worked perfectly, and it was done on time, and everybody was happy. We were able to restore heat to the tenant. He was an older gentleman. He was happy with the way everything went and everything looked. He liked to tinker with the old system, but we told him there was no need to tinker with the new system. It wasn't that type of system where he would have to constantly be trying to make repairs. Everything should work perfectly. Oh, after that, anytime I had an issue with plumbing or heating or electrical also, I've given Addario a call, spoken to Stephen or Joe, or even the call center to schedule appointments. So everybody's been very responsive. Yeah, there were no problems. The tenant was happy, we were happy. There were never any issues with that project that we did there. They did follow up, and again, I told them there was no issues there. So, I thanked them for following up, and then that was the beginning of a beautiful friendship, and it's continued to this day. Well, I always tell people if they're looking for a job that's done right, it's neat, they know what they're talking about. You're not going to get someone that's going to try and sell them something they don't need. Then just give Stephen a call or call the call center at Addario's. I think they're very friendly, and so that goes a long way when you're talking to people that are happy. So it seems like it's a great place to work. And I think that the next part is they're very professional. They know what they're talking about. They're up on the latest, things that are coming out in plumbing or heating or stuff like that. They're on the cutting edge, and they do great work. Everything is, if you've ever had anything done by Addario's, it's very neat. You can pretty much, it's almost like picture perfect. There's not going to be any issues. You're never going to go to a job site that they've done and start questioning, well, what does this do, or where does this go? They're very, very meticulous about where they run the pipes, how they mark things, so you'll never have an issue with anything like that. And if there is an issue, they're very responsive. You can give them a call, tell them, hey, I'm having an issue with this, and they'll come right out. I've used them in emergency situations when I've had pipes burst and stuff like that. They've come right out and taken care of it. So I think that's the key element that makes people come back and say, I'm going to use Addario's again. I think the reason I chose Addario's in the beginning was, I liked how responsive they were when I first called them. They seemed like they knew what they were doing. I'd seen Addario's trucks before, so I thought, this has to be a reputable company. And then when I met Joe, he came down. I just got that feeling that, very friendly. We were talking and joking, and I said, we'll go with Addario's. Honestly, Steve and Joe, great guys. Anytime I've called them for something, they're very responsive. They get right on it. They eat all my cannoli when I bring them cannoli, but that's okay. We'll let that go. They're good guys. They deserve it.